Hello everyone, welcome to Historically Accurate. Have you ever noticed that both ancient Europe and ancient China were composed of many small countries, yet it had been difficult for ancient Europe to form a unified country since the Roman Empire? Although ancient China was often split into small countries, there was always a magical power pushing these small countries to reunify into a single country. Where did this magical power come from? In this video, we will try to answer this question by understanding the first emperor in Chinese history, Qin Shi Huang. Qin Shi Huang, named Ying, was born in 259 BC. His father was the Qin prince, Yi. Even though Yi was a prince, he and his mother were disfavored by his father. He was sent to the Zhao state as a political hostage during the negotiation between the Qin and Zhao states. Later on, there was some military friction between the Qin and Zhao states, which made Yi suffer a lot. During that time, an influential merchant, Bu Wei, heard about Yi's situation and thought that Yi was a rare piece of merchandise that should be saved for later. Bu Wei managed to become friend with Yi. He also presented his most beautiful dancing girl, Lady Zhao, to Yi as wife. Lady Zhao and Yi had a son who eventually became Qin Shi Huang. There is a rumor about Yi, Lady Zhao, and Bu Wei widely believed throughout Chinese history. We will talk about it soon. After Yi's father, Lord Anguo, succeeded to the throne, he promoted his favorite concubine, Lady Huayang, to queen. However, Lady Huayang was childless. Bu Wei spent a lot of money to reach out to her younger brother, Lord Yangquan, and asked him to persuade Lady Huayang to adopt Yi as her son, thereby making Yi the heir apparent to Lord Anguo. Every time I read this, I can't help thinking that Bu Wei might not become friends with Yi on a whim. He might have known that Lady Huayang was childless and was Lord Anguo's favorite concubine. The purpose of him becoming friends with Yi was to make Lady Huayang help Yi succeed the throne. If my guess is correct, then Bu Wei's previous business network should be fairly large, and his ability to obtain information should also be very strong. Only in this way could he collect information from various sources and design such a sophisticated plan. The big rumor I mentioned earlier is a paragraph documented in Shi Ji, records of the grand historian. Simply put, before Bu Wei gave Lady Zhao to Yi, Lady Zhao had already got pregnant. So Qin Shi Huang was actually the son of Bu Wei? This rumor is quite popular among Chinese folks because it seems to explain why Bu Wei invested so much money and effort in a miserable prince. But I personally don't believe it. There is a flaw in this story. Shi Ji said that Lady Zhao didn't deliver Qin Shi Huang until 12 months after she got pregnant. Also, in my personal opinion, Bu Wei initially placed his bet on Yi, not the son of Yi. Because according to the information collected by Bu Wei, the old king should be in his 70s at that time. Yi's father was about 50, and Yi was in his 20s. It is certainly a more reasonable choice to invest in this miserable prince in his 20s and wait for him to succeed to the throne in his 30s, while Yi's son, who was taken care of by his parents, won't necessarily treat Bu Wei as a great benefactor like what Yi did, so we don't need to take this rumor seriously. Let's get back to our main topic here. With his bribes and machinations, Bu Wei successfully persuaded Lady Huayang to adopt Yi as her son. When Ying was 3 years old, Qing state sent a large army to attack the capital of Zhao state, Handan. Zhao state wanted to kill their hostage, Yiren. Bu Wei then spent about 600 pounds of gold to bribe the city guardians and helped Yiren escape from Zhao state and return to Qing state. Zhao state could only turn to hunt down Yiren's son and wife after his escape. Zheng hid in different places with his mother and lived in fear for as long as he could remember. Fortunately, his mother's family was relatively wealthy and was able to help them escape the hunt. When Zheng turned 8 years old, Yiren's father, Lord Anguo, succeeded to the throne and the queen was Lady Huayang. With the persuasion of Lady Huayang, Yiren was soon made the heir apparent to Lord Anguo. Zheng and his mother were finally able to return to Qing state. Yiren, the IPO stock that Bu Wei had invested in, was finally listed with a high valuation. After going public, Yiren's value went up by 1,000,000 times in a year. Why? Because his father, Lord Anguo, passed away and he became the new king of Qing state. The new king named the Lady Huayang as Queen Mother and named his biological mother, Lady Xia, as Queen Mother Xia. As for Bu Wei, he was directly appointed as Chancellor and was in fact as Marquess of Wenxing. Bu Wei finally cashed his investment at the highest point. You may want to ask, after talking so much, why has our Qin Shi Huang, Zheng, always been like a supporting character? Don't worry, his speed of becoming main character is faster than anyone could imagine. When everyone was taking what they needed and felt that they could start a new chapter in their lives, the new king, Yiren, passed away. Just 3 years after his succession, Zheng, who was only 13 years old at that time, became the king of Qing. Since Zheng was still young, he granted Bu Wei the title Zhongfu, which means adoptive father. As the chancellor and regent, Bu Wei dominated the Qing government and military. Lady Zhao became the queen mother. Bu Wei, a civilian, had finally become the chancellor of the Qing state by investing in Yiren and Yiren's family in the past decade. During those years, he also recruited people with various knowledge and abilities to live in his mansion as his retainers. The number of his retainers once reached 3,000. He ordered that his retainers write down all that they had learned and assemble their thesis into a work named Lü Shi Chunqiu, Master Lü's Spring and Autumn Annals. He wrote the contents of the book on cloth and exhibited the completed encyclopedic text at the city gate for everyone to read. He also offered 1,000 measures of gold to anyone who could add or delete a word without devaluing the book. However, no one could do that. This is the origin of the idiom, "One word is worth 1,000 in gold." Bu Wei became more and more influential in Qing state. Bu Wei became more lawless as his influence increased. He began to cheat with Zheng's mother, Lady Zhao. As Zheng grew older, Bu Wei became fearful that Zheng would discover his affair with Lady Zhao and wanted to end this relationship. But he didn't want Lady Zhao to resent him, so he sought a young guy named Lao Ai from his retainers. Lao Ai pretended to be a eunuch and went to Lady Zhao's palace to cheat with her on behalf of Bu Wei. In order to prevent other people from finding her secret, Lady Zhao found an excuse to leave Xianyang, the Qing capital, with Lao Ai and lived in Yongcheng, the old Qing capital. During this period, she even gave birth to 2 kids for Lao Ai. At the age of 20, Zheng sent his younger paternal half-brother, Cheng Jiao, to attack Zhao state. What kind of person was his younger brother who suddenly showed up? Not much information was documented in history books about this man, and we don't even know who his biological mother was. We only know that he was titled Lord of Chang'an. It is possible that Ying Zheng sent him to attack Zhao state on purpose, because attacking Zhao state was a quite difficult task. If Cheng Jiao couldn't accomplish the task, Ying Zheng would have an excuse to punish Cheng Jiao and weaken his influence. This can explain why Cheng Jiao suddenly rebelled on the way to Zhao and surrendered to Zhao. Ying Zheng quickly dispatched troops to destroy the rebels, and Cheng Jiao was also killed. This demonstrated Ying Zheng's own means before he completely took over the control of Qin state. In the same year, Lao Ai was in fact as Marquess of Chengxing with the help of Queen Mother Lady Zhao. He followed what Bu Wei did, recruited more than 1,000 retainers, and grew his own influence. However, Lao Ai was too arrogant. When he had a party with the ministers, drunken Lao Ai bragged about being the young king's stepfather and was heard by Ying Zheng. Ying Zheng was furious. He decided to get rid of Lao Ai after a secret investigation. After discovering that Ying Zheng found out about his scandal, Lao Ai decided to launch a rebellion on the day of Ying Zheng's coming-of-age ceremony, when Ying Zheng became 22 years old. However, Ying Zheng was well prepared and soon sent troops to kill hundreds of the rebels and capture Lao Ai alive as a gift for his coming-of-age ceremony. Lao Ai's whole family were killed, including the king's 2 half-brothers and all other relatives to the 3rd degree, uncles, aunts, cousins, while Queen Mother Lady Zhao was placed under house arrest in Yongcheng. After the coming-of-age ceremony, the first thing that Ying Zheng needed to do was to eliminate the power of the chancellor, Bu Wei, so he could assume full command over the Qin state. Bu Wei was implicated in the rebellion of Lao Ai, which gave Ying Zheng an excuse to punish Bu Wei. But Ying Zheng didn't kill Bu Wei. After all, Bu Wei was the one who helped his father succeed to the throne, and many of Bu Wei's retainers also pleaded for him. In the end, Bu Wei was only stripped of his position as chancellor, and his family were banished to the remote Shu region. Bu Wei may feel sad on the road, or he may feel that Ying Zheng won't just let him go, so he committed suicide by consuming poison. Since then, Ying Zheng had wiped out all his political enemies and completely took control of Qin state. In my next episode, I will talk about how our young king Ying Zheng led Qin to defeat the other 6 states within a decade and became the first emperor in Chinese history. See you next